Hello and welcome to the Leveling Up podcast with me, George Swift from Bigger, Brighter, Bolder. I'm also the founder of BBB Success Groups for ambitious entrepreneurs and extreme growth masterminds. The Leveling Up podcast is here to give you the personal development, the entrepreneurial development and the business growth that you, the ambitious business owner, desires. We're here to give you the inspiration, the motivation and to challenge your aspirations to take you and your business to the next level. Tune in every Monday and Wednesday for mindset, attitude, personal performance and business growth content, and every Friday for a Friday 5-minute fix. Subscribe to this podcast and never miss an episode. Okay, and today it is our Friday 5-minute fix. A little thought, a prompt, a mindset adjustment that you can take into the weekend so that you can start to implement stuff next week and start leveling up yourself as a business owner and getting the extreme growth that you want out of your business. Blueprints and how-tos are useless unless you actually implement them, okay? The truth of the matter is, most of what's being sold out there to you is a blueprint or a how-to. So it's education. And whilst education is absolutely the backbone of what we do at Bigger, Brighter, Bolder, at our success groups, and also with our Extreme Growth Masterminds, education is always running through everything we do. In fact, my main role at the business is to write the content and to educate people. Even though this whole business was built around me educating people, I'm the first one to tell you that it's not the education that makes anything happen, it's the implementation that gets things done. So in a recent podcast I did, I talked about, how important it was that we built an entire infrastructure in our business that supported our members to actually do what they needed to do and what we were asking of them to do in order to get the result that they signed up for and we'd sold them at the beginning. I'll drop the link to that podcast in the descriptions of this one if you want to go back and listen to it. But basically, I did talk a lot about my business and I talked a lot about what does good look like in my industry. And I was really sharing with people the process we'd gone through of kind of really understanding the value we offer and being able to communicate that in the outside world. So go and check that out. It's a great little podcast if I do say so myself. But here's the thing. Even though I am the content creator, my main job in this business, apart from running the damn thing, is actually writing, conceiving of, writing and delivering content. That does not make much happen. Less than 5% of people actually do anything with what they're taught. We're not ignorant of that at all. Therefore, we've built an entire infrastructure at Success Groups and Mastermind at Bigger, Brighter, Bolder to support people in applying that knowledge. So I want you to think for a moment with the information that you hear from me now, but also maybe all the books you're reading or have read, the gurus, the coaches, the YouTube videos, the courses you've been on, the seminars, whatever it is you've been, all that education that you have in your head right now, all of that going on, I want you to understand it is useless unless it is somehow transforming itself into action and behavior that ultimately creates the change. Does this make sense? Less than 5% of people do anything with the information that they're given. That means 95% of everybody that's on every course you've ever been on did nothing with it. 95% of everybody that read the book that you read did nothing with it. 95% of people watching this video right now will do nothing with it. Okay? 5% of people do. Make sure you're in that 5%. Tip the balance. Make a commitment to yourself to actually implement what it is that you need to implement from what you're learning that's going to give you the change, give you the progress, give you the business growth, the personal development, the personal growth, whatever it is that you are trying to learn, whatever it is you're trying to develop, whatever it is you're trying to improve, make sure that the information you're taking on actually gets utilized. Because if not, then typically we will fall into the 95% camp. Now, the reason I share this with you is because once we become aware of this, we can tip the balance in our favor. Okay? We say, right, that decision, that commitment, I will be one of the 5%. That will already improve your chances of being in that 5%. Then you sit there and you want to say to yourself, right, how do I make sure that I do implement something from what I'm learning? So then you have to say, right, I need to find a way to build that habit or to prompt myself to remember that I need to remember to implement from this book, from whatever. So you might want to get yourself a little bookmark that you shove in all your books that you have, which sits there and says, remember to do something with this information. Otherwise, you're just reading for entertainment's purpose, or you're listening to this for entertainment's purposes only, right? I don't want you to do education that is meant to be for you to grow your business to be entertainment. I'm well happy you're doing shit just for fun. There's loads of stuff I learn just for fun, right? That I don't do anything with it. I never intend to do anything with it. I always end up doing something with it because it kind of filters through. But you know what I mean? I'm not learning it so I can do something with it. I'm learning it because I just want to learn it. I want to know more about that subject, or I'm just fascinated by that thing. That's fine. That's entertainment learning. It's okay. You just need to make sure that the learning you're doing that's entertainment learning is very clearly distinguishable from the learning you're doing that you're learning because you're trying to create some sort of change or because you're trying to improve something. Does this make sense? So make a commitment to yourself to do that. At Success Groups, I mean this, right? You know, it used to always be about me. I really believed this. When I first started the business, you know, BBB, 10 years ago, Success Groups 7.5 years ago, Masterminds 4.5 years ago. At the beginning, I kind of was a little bit deluded that I thought it was all about me. I thought, I'm smart, I'm wise, I have all this knowledge, and let me educate you and bless you with this wisdom, okay? I still have, like to this day, I still definitely enjoy that part of this business like the most, right? I see myself as an educator and inspirer first and foremost. I do, right? And I love that. I've built an entire back-end business to make sure that the people in our programs, in our masterminds, in our online groups, they're the ones that are always in that 5%. Does this make sense? And because of that, we've had unbelievable case studies and testimonials. Rob did an interview with us not so long ago, and in that, Rob's been a member like for 7.5 years in Success Groups, 4.5 years in my Extreme Growth Masterminds. He's taken his business from a back bedroom to multiple millions of pounds in revenue, and he's been with us every single step of that journey. And you know, I just think about all the people who have come through, who are still on my programs, who came in as like really wet behind the ears business owners. Caroline came in doing $2,000 a month, and now she's doing like near £30,000 a month. Huge, right? I mean, it's like 15% or whatever growth, 15 times growth that she's had. It's not because of what I've taught. I'm the first person to be humble about this. It's not because what I've taught these people, it's because it's what they did. Some of what they did had nothing to do with me, but we created an environment that supported them doing that stuff. And some of what they did was definitely the stuff that I educated them on. What we do is this: I educate the shit out of people. We build an entire infrastructure and system behind that to make people implement the stuff we're saying, but also to implement the other stuff they're reading and learning. And they bring that into their goal setting to make sure they're also doing the stuff they're learning elsewhere, because I'll be the first one to admit I don't have every answer you could possibly have. That would be insane. That'd be the biggest encyclopedia you've ever known in your life. Anyway, there you go. That's our Friday 5-minute fix. Make sure you are in that top 5%. Make sure that what you're learning to create change, you actually implement, and make sure it's not just, you know, edutainment, as in education, entertainment. Awesome, guys. Thanks very much. Have a great weekend. Take that learning into next week. Take that to all of your conferences, your seminars, your webinars. This content right now today, do something with what I'm saying right now, okay? And change those tides. Be in the top 5% of actually doing what it is you're learning, and you will absolutely separate yourself from where you were and the rest of your competition that's in the other 95%. Awesome, guys. If you haven't yet hit 100K, then please get yourself onto my webinar. It's the 6-figure fast track, how to take your 5-figure business, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand maybe in turnover, and take it to 100 grand business turnover in 12 months or less. Go and sign up for that. It's waiting for you right now. It's brilliant stuff. I'll be honest with you. It's born out of all my years of my own business, but also working on everyone else's businesses that have come through this group. There's certain trends I've seen of why some people manage to fast track to that 100K, and some people get really bogged down in the 20, 30, 40, 50, or even 60K mark. So go and take all that learning, be in the top 5% and actually do something with that learning, and I will see you next week. Have an awesome one. Until then, as always, be successful.